Hello, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. My name is Michaela. And yeah, today we're going to be talking about things I wish I knew before going to cosmetology school. I started last December, like right in the beginning, and I don't know, I graduated this month, and there's quite a few things that honestly I wish I knew going into it. And I mean, I did my research to an extent, but every school is different, every location is different. Sorry, I don't know what my hair is doing. And yeah, so today I wrote down a few things that I kind of wish I knew going into it, and especially like the school I went to. So number one is going to be location matters. Now, I know some people might disagree about saying location really doesn't matter or where you go to school. I personally think that it does. I graduated this month from Aveda, and I was in definitely a big location where it has a very big school right on the same campus. And I really didn't realize until probably midway through that, wow, this is going to turn into a full-time job, which I'm going to go into detail about that. And it makes sense because of where I went to school, and I'm not going to directly say where, but it was a very big university that we were walking distance near. So we definitely got a lot of college students, and that is also a really great thing too, was we were busy all the time. There was never a time where I had one client or like no clients in a day. So it definitely depends on your class size as well. And that kind of goes into another thing I wanted to say, that your class does matter how your time will be. I had a pretty good class. There's always going to be a few things, but for the most part, like, I met some really great girls and friends that I'm going to want forever. So it kind of goes hand in hand, but who you're around will also determine how your time's going to be, you know. We are here for 11 months, and 11 months, Tuesday through Saturday, is a lot of time with someone, or a lot of people. So anyways, back to location. So I hear a lot that some schools would only get 1 or 2 clients in a week, which to me, you know, that is insane. There was multiple days where I had 6 haircuts or, you know, 3 color services all day, didn't get a lunch. And honestly, like, towards the end of my program, it was becoming a full-on job that we're not getting paid for, which also helps you in the long run. But at my school, it obviously goes by classes, so every so many months, a new class will start. My class had 9 students, and the class above me had about 26, maybe, quite a few kids. And then the class above them probably had around 10, 12. And so in the beginning of my program, you know, once we're on the floor, we're getting through intro, which was, well, personally, like, the worst for me, but mainly because of COVID, we were online. It was really hard. So when we started on the floor, we had quite a bit of students on the floor. And again, we're in a busy location. We probably had 40 to maybe 50 students at this time. So at that time, we had 2 clients, maybe 3 clients in a day, and that was it. You kind of had some free time to kind of mess around with your mannequin, which is really nice. But as time goes on and people are starting to graduate, classes are starting to diminish. So by the time that the class above me graduated, which had so many students, there was 13 of us left on the floor compared to the 40, which is quite a big difference. And when you have the regulars that have been going there for 20 plus years, you have all of the college campus kids coming in to get highlights and haircuts, all the services, it becomes more work for us. And again, you know, that looks good for our resumes, and, you know, the school of Aveda is also really good on resumes. I've been hearing from salons that I've been applying to. But at the same time, I also feel with being so busy, we didn't get to learn everything. Like, there's a lot of things I never got to learn how to do. We never had the time. It was just go, 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 get your clients in and out. Certain formulas, you know, it would be take this and go. I mean, you didn't really get a why, even if you did, like, well, that's why. And it wasn't like an in-depth helping you out, because again, like, we're so fast-paced, you had to be on time. And I understand that, like, we are school, it is like our job, but I'm also paying upwards to almost $30,000 and I'm not learning everything, you know? So basically, yeah, I would say location and like where you go does matter. I also looked at a school in an opposite area, which was a lot smaller, I imagine a lot cheaper, and I feel like probably it would have been more dead there just because I know the location where it is. There's already so many salons in that area that I don't know. I couldn't really see it being that busy, which I also didn't realize the Aveda school would have been like this. So I say like keep that in mind, you know, where you do go in a sense does have an impact of how your time may be there. So I would say definitely just keep that in mind because it is nice being able to, you know, get 6 clients in and out in a day when you're about to go into an actual salon job, but also when you're working for free and you're busting your, you know what, I feel like it definitely burnt me out. And a lot of kids in my, or a lot of classmates and upperclassmen even said the same thing, that once they were getting towards the end, a lot of them were like, what did I get myself into? I'm so burnt out. I don't want to go work in another salon. But again, I'm interviewing, I'm talking to a lot of people that have graduated. It gets better. So I'm looking forward to that. Okay, second thing is drama. This is, at least my school was a pretty female dominated area. We had quite a few like men in my class, or like I had one in mine, and there was probably like 3 or 4 more that went there at the same time. And you know, when you get that many women in a room, it can definitely get very much filled with drama, you know, people taking the same lunches, can sit there and chit chat. A problem at my school was people would go in the bathrooms and vape and just sit on the bathroom floor for hours, which means they're not taking their appointments, and their appointments would be moved onto other people's books, which in my case, like, I already have my clients for the day. I don't need to be taking yours. Like, let's just get the day done with, you know? And there was quite a big problem with that, where like they would tell us in announcements, like, stop vaping, you know, on campus or outside the school. People would just be hitting that. And I'm not saying like anything, like, do you, boo, have fun. I'll hit one here and there, but it's not like I need it. And I understand some people are like that, but at the same time, you know, we are a school. Just like, let's just get this done with. Let's go for the day, you know. Why give someone else your clients? You don't want that happening to them. And I would just hear a lot of drama, you know, a lot of, oh, so-and-so did this, but I didn't see them doing this. You can understand how, you know, sometimes there's just a lot of drama. And again, when you're with these people for multiple months, it can also determine how your time's going to be, you know. You don't want to be that girl that everybody hates and talks crap about because you're not going to have any friends, and then the time's going to go on really bad, which also happened at my school with a girl. Okay, so kind of a third one, and I already talked about this in like the first, but some things you're going to graduate with and not know. I still really can't braid. I was never really given the time to learn. I never got blocked off hours, which if you don't get blocked, you're going to get walk-ins, you're going to get all these services, and there was no time for extra practice. We got maybe 1 or 2 like demos. Just watching someone do it, couldn't really learn with that, so that was also pretty frustrating. So, you know, I say you should just tell your educators like, hey, I'm not comfortable in XYZ. Is there a time that I can get blocked? And hopefully they can, but wasn't always the case for me. So you just have to learn after, I guess, or do it on your own time. But again, when you're spending this much money, you kind of want that full service, which I also will kind of go into with with the color. Aveda color is very hard to learn. It's all like you have to pre-mix everything. So if you want this ashy, beautiful brown color, you can't just go grab a tube of that, slap some developer in there, go put it on. You have to pre-mix everything, which is also a good thing that you know how to do that. But because we were so busy, I really didn't get the chance to fully understand like why this would go with that, why that cancels that. We obviously get color theory, but again, like we're so busy. I would get toners, you know, I've done a highlight, and they're like, go slap that on. And then they just go on about their day, you know, go in the office, which is to each its own, you know? Maybe I should have just been more like, hey, I'm not comfortable. Can I get some more help? Can you block me for some extra time? But I also didn't plan on working with the Aveda salons after I graduated, so at the same time, it's like, whatever. And kind of like the last one I'll kind of touch on because I'm kind of just rambling, but it is kind of just all pushed together. It all kind of relates. I was telling some girls that are kind of like 2 classes below me, you know, like, you shouldn't be nervous to take services. I wish I would have thought like this more in the beginning. And I'm not saying when you get something on your books and you're so scared and you don't know what you're doing, just wing it and make it look like crap. But at the same time, you should just take the client, and at this point, you know, like some of my educators would say, they are guinea pigs. They are signing up. They know what they're getting themselves into. They sign the waiver when they get here saying, these services will be done by a student. I understand they're still learning. And again, like at my salon school, there was a policy, you know, you had within 2 weeks to call back if you weren't happy, and you got to get your service redone for free. So that was also pretty nice too, but I really wish I would have taken, I guess, some more challenging clients or services. Not really clients, more so services, because I got some of those. And just try it, because in a sense you would rather not do a good job or think that you at least didn't while you're in school, because again, like, it's not your paycheck that's being risked. They know what they're coming in for, and they're able to come back for that like redo. So I wish I would have been more open-minded to certain services and just tried my best and learned from it and keep going on with that. So I really suggest doing that. A lot of the girls are like, wow, I never thought of that. And I'm like, trust me, I know it's going to be scary when you get some services that you've never done, because there's certain things that you don't get taught, but they let you do. So just try your best. You know, it's all a learning experience. So I think, you know, just take it all in, because it really does. It goes by so fast, and it is 11 months, but when you're there those 5 days a week for multiple months, it's done in a flash. So just take everything and think of it as your education, and that, you know, everything is trial and error. You might find some things that someone does that you don't like, or vice versa, and it really is just really helpful. These kind of like, there'll be like 2 little bonus, I guess. So one thing would be, don't miss school. I promise you, I know there's going to be those days when you wake up and you don't want to go, you know, maybe the weather's bad and it's just, you're like, man, I really just want to sleep in. But do not miss school. Cosmetology school is all based on hours. So if you miss so many days of school, you are pushing that graduation date back to back to back to back. And then you're going to be at the end of your program like, wow, everyone's gone in my class, and I really wish I was too, because I should be, you know? And I'm not saying like take some mental health days, you know. I took a 5-day vacation, would have pushed me like back it did push me back a whole nother week. At the same time, you know, take a few days for yourself when you really need it, but just get through it, because you're not going to want to stay an extra 2 to 3 weeks making up all the time that you already missed. And this last one is really just like the stigma behind cosmetology school, or as some people call it, just hair school. There's definitely those people that think, oh, all you do is play with hair all day. Like, it cannot be that hard. But honestly, you know, it is a job. Towards the end, you were in salon life. You were fully working in the salon. You're doing the laundry. You're cleaning up. You know, you're sweeping. You're doing everything that you would in a real salon, just not making money. And I hate the stigma behind, it's just hair school. It's got to be so easy. In the beginning, we are learning biology, chemistry. For instance, I just graduated, or I will be probably by the time this is uploaded. But this is the study guide for state boards. Like, it is a thick book. And another thing too is, luckily at my school, we did get to learn, you know, everything for state boards, made our kits, so it's all ready. We practiced a bunch, but I don't know. We did it so in the beginning, or so much in the middle, that now I'm going to have to kind of go through again and reread everything, restudy, because it has been a while since I've done that. But I just believe it's not just hair school. You know, we're working with chemicals, we could physically burn off your hair or give you chemical reactions if not taught enough. So it is a lot of schooling to go through and a lot of tests, you know. If you're not passing a test, you're gonna have to retake that and keep staying behind. So honestly, like, it's just, I don't know, just the whole stigma behind it is really irritating, because I'm not just playing with hair all day and, oh, making cute little ponytails and doing nothing all day. No, I'm busy all day. I'm taking real guests. These are real people paying for their services that come multiple times, you know. It is a job. I understand it is the way it sounds, but this business is growing, you know, more and more is being taught. It's not just, boom, so easy. If it was so easy, everyone would be out here doing hair, you know, and you can make a very good income on doing anything in the cosmetology world. So if it was so easy, every single person would probably be doing it just to be making that money. I think that's all I have for today. I wrote down a few things, you know, kind of went over it. For the most part, you know, just make the best of your time. It's gonna go by slow in the beginning. You're gonna think, oh, I'm never gonna graduate. But it really does. It flies by. You know, you can meet some very great people. I'm so thankful for the people that I've met in there and all the lifetime friends that I hope I will keep having. And yeah, it can be a really great time if you just put in the effort and really try. Because there was a few people I would see too that didn't, and they didn't look like they were having a great time. Do your research. Make sure you're researching the salon, the area, see what it's like. Go in for your walkthrough. Really feel out the vibes. I did mine virtually and I never got to see any of the salon. And I really wish I would have saw how busy it was. That would have put me in a different perspective and feel more ready, instead of just, you know, going here and thinking, oh, like, I'm gonna have so much time to really learn a lot of things. And it's not always the case. But other than that, I think that's all I have for you guys today. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. And I hope to be getting out some new videos soon. Bye.